As may be obvious, there are many inquiries left to be responded to. Yet just Carlee can give those responses. Indeed, we can say is that we've been not able to confirm the vast majority of Carlee's underlying assertion made to agents. What might compel an individual like Carlee Russell counterfeit her own kidnapping in, when particularly ladies of variety disappear without any media show and never return? Seems to be homegirl straight up pulled a Jussie Smollett on us all. Also, folks, this is now super untidy since individuals have purportedly been terminated from Hoover Police Division for spilling data about precisely what occurred. Furthermore, a portion of the receipts even recommend that Carlee needed to get back at her beau, who might have been going behind her back with a stripper. Muddled, chaotic, untidy. How about we get into this, you all? What happened was that Carlee vanished subsequent to calling 911 on July 13th. Let a dispatcher know that she halted along I-459, coming back from work in the wake of seeing a little child strolling without anyone else in a diaper along the roadway. Okay. At the point when the police showed up at the scene, her vehicle was all the while running and her assets were inside. However, Carlee was mysteriously gone. Presently, there was a quest for Carlee, who was moving via web-based entertainment for certain individuals in any event, looking for her by walking. In any case, following 48 hours, Carlee returned at her folks' house. What's more, presently reports are circling that Carlee herself coordinated the entire thing. When it's all said and done, that is crazy, considering how much individuals were put resources into her security and, surprisingly, offered cash for any leads, similar to she was in a real sense moving on the web. It was that significant, however, were remarks from individuals in Australia and Germany petitioning God for her protected return. Indeed, Carlee presumably thought she'd seek the typical person of color treatment. A 32N snippet on the nightly news, if that or no notice by any stretch of the imagination. Yet, because of a small bunch of VIPs and online entertainment forces to be reckoned with, she stood out and afterward she got the full inclusion. Like a white lady. What's more, presently everything is going to backfire. Furthermore, exactly what are a portion of these receipts that obviously recommend that Carlee most likely faked the entire thing? A portion of her web? Most importantly, look from her telephone notwithstanding. Do you need to pay for a golden caution? Furthermore, how would you take cash from a register without being gotten? Around the same time of her vanishing, somebody likewise scanned on her work PC for data about golden cautions, including one about the greatest age. There were likewise looks for transport tickets from Birmingham to Nashville with a takeoff date of July 13th. Furthermore, for the film Taken young lady, how helpful that she was looking for a film on snatching around the same time she was bafflingly kidnapped. Something different that made it seem to be Carlee organized. The hijacking was that the police found all that she had with the exception of the bites that she purchased at Focus in the wake of going home and a dull-hued wraparound, a roll of tissue, and different things having a place with her. Business environment. Once more, how advantageous that the things police didn't find were things one would take. On the off chance that they are intending to head off to someplace for like 2 days, and get this, a supposition that has been making adjusts about why Carlee would counterfeit her kidnapping is that she attempted to pull a gone young lady and get back at her beau, Thomas Latrell Simmons, for going behind her back with a stripper. As a matter of fact, pictures have been making rounds of what is supposedly her Instagram page, showing a question with her sweetheart's claimed side piece. In the discussion where Carlee straightforwardly addresses the stripper, she says, quote, "He let me know all that you said about me, and you thought I advised him to say that I wasn't even with him. You are preposterous of assuming you think you all little discussion was anything over advantageous, and the way that he utilized you to get back at me bitterly." End statement. Indeed, assuming that it was consideration she needed. Young lady Carlee, you most certainly got it. Since the sweetheart who is supposedly an ex, and not even as of now her man, was one individual who posted about the hijacking on his Instagram. Yet he erased the post. I can't help thinking about why. At any rate, the police division likewise held a question and answer session to address the case and offer the public a few responses. Most importantly, the police division said that when they addressed Carlee after she returned, she has said she escaped the vehicle to keep an eye on a kid, and a man emerged from the trees and murmured that he was minding the child. Then, at that point, she guaranteed that the man got her, and she shouted, and the man made her go over a wall and afterward constrained her into a vehicle. She then, at that point, constrained her into a vehicle, and the following thing she recollects is being in the trailer of 18-wheeler. She expressed that the male was with a female. Nonetheless, she never saw the female, just hearing her voice. She likewise told investigators she could hear a child crying. Carlee likewise let examiners know that the abductor had orange hair with an uncovered spot, and at one point, she had the option to get away from the 18-wheeler, however was gotten once more and placed into a vehicle. From that point forward, she was blindfolded yet was not tied up on the grounds that the detainers said they would have rather not had effects on her wrist. They presumably discovered that from watching criminological documents. She likewise said that they brought her into a house and caused her to strip down, and afterward, she accepts they took photos of her, however didn't recall them having any actual contact with her. Alright, here's where it gets significantly more odd. Purportedly, the following day, she awakened and a lady took care of her cheddar saltines and played with her hair. Concerning how she returned home, Carlee said she had the option to get away from subsequent to being returned to the vehicle, and that she went through the forest prior to approaching her home. So what police don't say is that supposedly there's recording, and I'm saying purportedly on the grounds that I haven't seen the recording myself, from a neighbor's camera that shows Carlee nonchalantly strolling until she draws near to her home. So all in all, she begins running and acting like somebody who's simply gotten away from a capturing young lady. Indeed, even Jussie Smollett is annoyed about this catastrophe of a fabrication. Did you don't advance anything from Jussie, woman? Did you don't advance anything? In any case, there's likewise a video that shows Carlee on the expressway pulling over. In any case, what many individuals were not getting was 1. How she saw a kid from the distance she professed to put her flashers on, and 3 head over aside, and no other person saw and halted for the kid. Likewise, as per the police, the little child that Carlee has says she has saw provoking her emergency call has not been found or distinguished. What's more, no families have detailed a little kid missing during that time by the same token. Carlee's 911 call stays the main report of a kid on the highway, regardless of various vehicles going through the region around then. Nobody is called or organized the whole thing. Are the relatives in on this horrendous fabrication? Is it conceivable that the vanishing was the consequence of an emotional well-being emergency, pipe dreams, or even insane distrustfulness? Do you accept it was a dealing turned out badly? That is to say, do you drop those contemplations in the remarks area underneath?